Hi everyone, my name's Scott and welcome to Planes, Trains, Everything. I've got something very different for you. This video actually started in the 1990s. Once upon a time there was an airline called British Midland. And I noticed they did an airfare from Glasgow to Edinburgh. Now that airfare was very expensive because in actual fact it was part of a through fare or through journey from Glasgow, Edinburgh down to East Midlands where they were based. And to fly that little leg denied someone a seat all the way through to East Midlands, so they charged a premium. It was so expensive I promptly forgot about it for 2 decades. Recently I was watching YouTube and I found a YouTuber who actually filmed on a Jet2 aircraft a journey between Glasgow and Edinburgh. And I thought, how could this be done? And it was done because the flight started in Malaga in Spain, went to Glasgow, then to Edinburgh. And I thought, that's very clever. I then found a video by Steve Marsh. Now he does some excellent Scottish videos. Some people say they're even better than mine. There's a link below if you want to check out his channel. Anyway, he was filming Edinburgh to Glasgow on Loganair. And I thought, how can you do that? Because they don't fly between Edinburgh and Glasgow. But it was part of an Edinburgh, Glasgow, Southampton flight. And I thought, aha! Now these combined flights are a lot cheaper for airlines to operate than separate airlines, separate flights from, let's say, Edinburgh to Southampton and Glasgow to Southampton, because COVID's still reducing the number of passengers in the air, so it's cheaper to combine these flights. Neither Jet2 or Loganair sell seats between Glasgow and Edinburgh or vice versa. Why would they? The airports are only 42 miles or 67 kilometres apart. Who in their right mind would want to fly that? So tomorrow you and I are going to be flying between Glasgow and Edinburgh on Ryanair. How's that possible? Well, we're not flying direct, we're flying via Dublin. The journey will take around about 12.5 hours, but I've given myself a challenge in Dublin and also one in Edinburgh just to spice the video up. It also gives me a chance to try out my new GoPro. I'll see you first thing in the morning. It's 7 AM, it's Glasgow Airport, and it's a very wet, windy and nasty day here in Glasgow. I think it's going to be a pretty rough takeoff because there is an absolute gale blowing today. Anyway, I was going to get a window seat for you so I could film some panoramic shots as we flew to Ireland, but it's going to be overcast all the way. I don't think we'll see anything, so I'm not bothering. I'm allowing the aviation gods to decide where I'm going to sit. I'm playing Ryanair roulette and I have seat 20 Echo, which is down the back of the aircraft somewhere. So I'll see you when we've passed through the boarding part, which is security. I'll see you when we're airside. I have a little treat for you. Right, we're now airside. I wanted to tell you about the 23rd of September 2019, which was a very dark day in the travel industry. That was the day that Thomas Cook Airlines went into liquidation. And I remember it well because the following day I arrived at work and the whole office was subdued. A historic name in travel had gone forever. Now we were in corporate travel and Thomas Cook Airlines was primarily a holiday airline, but we still felt as if part of the travel industry had disappeared forever. And in fact, it was only a couple of months before COVID-19 kicked in as well, so our industry was going to change so much. But it lives on in the name of Thomas Cook, and for your listening entertainment, I've got 5 genuine complaints that were made against Thomas Cook Airlines. I was cleaning out a hard drive and I decided to have a look at this document and I thought, ooh, I must share this with you. So we've got 5 genuine complaints. Thomas Cook Airlines, I love these. They should not allow topless sunbathing on the beach. It was very distracting for my husband, who just wanted to relax. I can feel his pain. Number 2, on my holiday to Goa in India, I was disgusted to find that almost every restaurant served curry. I don't like spicy food. We went on holidays to Spain and had a problem with the taxi drivers as they were all Spanish. I've heard that problem before. Number 4, we've booked an excursion to a water park, but no one told us we had to bring our own swimsuits and towels. We assumed it was included in the price. That's what happens when you assume. And my favourite, the beach was too sandy. We had to clean everything when we returned to our rooms. You know, some people just should not be allowed passports. Right, we're going to get on a Ryanair flight, which I'm sure will be complaint free, and I'll speak to you when we're in Dublin. Hello.
Thanks, bye now.
Thanks a lot.
Bye. Cheers, bye-bye.
Welcome to a very breezy Dublin. That was a bumpy flight, but probably not the bumpiest flight I've ever been on. I'm having to do this inside a car park because it's blowing a gale outside. Right, the second part of this video is the flight from here, Dublin to Edinburgh. That won't be for another 10 hours yet, and I've set myself a very difficult challenge when I get to Edinburgh. Keep watching to see that. In the meantime, I have 10 hours to get into Dublin city centre. I have 3 types of Irish food I'd like to get, and I'm going to feature that on a separate video because it is a food thing. So if you want to watch that, keep an eye open for that video. It'll be coming out soon. Otherwise, subscribe and you won't miss it. Right, I'm going to see you in about 10 hours for the return flight to Edinburgh. Well, I'm back at the car park opposite Terminal 1 at Dublin. It's still blowing a gale out there and it's just impossible to record and hear anything over the wind. Right, tonight's challenge on the Dublin to Edinburgh flight. The flight arrives into Edinburgh at 21:05. And I've given myself 20 minutes to get off that flight, get through the terminal building and get to the bus stop to catch the direct bus from Edinburgh Airport back to Glasgow. There is a bus an hour later, but I'm going to try and get this one. Just to spice things up a little bit, I've declined the kind offer by Ryanair to book a seat in advance, so I'm in the middle seat again, and funnily enough I've got the same seat number as Glasgow to Dublin, seat 20E. Both flights were booked on separate reservations, but I get the same seat number. How weird is that? And just to make things doubly interesting, this is the last flight of the day. If there have been any delays during the day, they'll have a snowballing effect and this flight might be running late. We'll find out shortly. That took 15 minutes, which was a lot quicker than I expected. Although I had a bit of a scare when my belt didn't appear in the tray. I had to go and retrieve it from the X-ray machine. While I'm waiting here at Dublin Airport, here's a little survey. I saw this online and I thought of you guys. Well, I thought of myself actually travelling on Ryanair. Over 5,000 respondents. What do you think of people who stand up as soon as the plane lands?
For 508 to Bristol, boarding on the shuttle at gate 109. Please order your seat number and board at the front yard door. Thank you.
Repeating. What do you think of people who stand up as soon as the plane lands? 40% said, I hate it. I wish they would just wait. 26%, I don't mind it. 17% said, I don't travel by plane. I'm not sure why they even took part in that survey then. 11%, I am one of those people. And 4% other. I think I'm one of the others because today I have to make a sharp exit at Edinburgh Airport. Do you think I'm going to make it? Only time will tell.
Next there. Hiya.
Hiya.
Thank you. Perfect, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Next there, please.
think we're going to make this. Despite not booking a seat in advance with Ryanair, I managed to get a middle seat as per usual, but the seat to the right and to the left were both empty. So I was able to make a sharp exit. There's a strong westerly blowing, so it took around about 40 minutes to complete a journey that normally takes 1 hour and 5 minutes. I think the aviation gods are smiling upon me tonight. But I'm not on that bus yet. They've relocated all the bus stops about half a mile away from the airport. I think I'm actually walking halfway to Glasgow here. That walk here was a good 7 or 8 minutes from the terminal. Good job I had the extra time. Right, I've got about 10 minutes to play before the bus is due to arrive. Well, against all odds, I made it. I can't believe it. Whew, that was a bit of a rush though. It definitely helped getting off pretty sharply because of the fact I had an aisle and a window seat. The fact that the plane arrived something like 15-20 minutes early. But that walk in the rain was a bit of a nightmare. I hadn't realised that the bus stops here at Edinburgh Airport were actually located out of the airport at the moment. They're doing a lot of construction work. Anyway, while I was on Ryanair, I think I've sussed how to get an aisle or a window seat free of charge by not booking a seat in advance. But that's an idea for a later video. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for coming along with me on this funny little journey. I wouldn't recommend flying between Glasgow and Edinburgh on Ryanair, unless of course you want to go to the Hairy Lemon for a Guinness pie. I'll see you next time.